Here with LWC men's soccer head coach Ray Wells. Coach, it's a 6-2 victory over Cumberland tonight. You go down 2-0 early in the first half. What's kind of going through your mind right then?
Well, we weren't panicking. There was plenty of time. They scored early, and got to give them credit on their first goal. Their big guy on the left wing came in and beat our guy in the air. And then the penalty kick, Nick timed it a little bit wrong, so it's 2-0, but we're playing well. But they're playing well also. What I didn't realize is that as that first half wore on, that we would start to take over the flow of the game, and obviously that continued even more so into the second half.
It picked up in the first half. Was there any? What was said at halftime? It's 2-2 at halftime. What was kind of any adjustments, if any, at halftime for the second half?
I think the adjustments that we made at training influenced the game, and then we just re-emphasized one or two of those points at halftime. One was to put their goalkeeper under pressure when he had the ball at his feet, and sure enough it did lead to a chance for us in the second half. So it wasn't a lot of tweaking, just a little bit there, dealing with trying to put more pressure on them when they pass the ball back toward their own goal.
It seemed like once you leveled the game again, they had a lot of trouble getting ball up to their strikers and their forwards and stuff. Were you happy with how the back line played?
Yes, absolutely. With the ball and without the ball. Without the ball, they started to handle those kids are athletic. Those three kids they put up front and run at you. So we matched up with them pretty well from the beginning. But as the half wore on, we started to take advantage of the scenario where we were able to get the ball wide and move it into the midfield and then into the attack. So our back line did well defensively, and our back line did well starting the attack for us.
Let's talk about some set piece score again. On some set piece, you get your center backs, Utah and Nicholas involved. They score some goals. Had some center back defenders score last week as well. It's got to feel good, when you send the center backs up and they can make an influence and get a goal for you.
Yeah, those guys are lovingly called big donkeys, and so when they get a chance to get forward and muscle through and make something happen in the attacking third, that's a huge benefit to the team. So absolutely, having Utah and Nick come forward and contribute in the attacking third definitely adds to our capabilities.
Tyler Collishaw, just his second game in a Blue Raider uniform, had a hat trick tonight. You got to be pleased with the way he's adapted and quickly picked up into the lineup.
He scored 5 goals this week.
Yeah.
So that's quite an addition to your team when you're already pretty dangerous in the attacking third and causing problems. So Tyler, now you've got Tyler to deal with. You've got Mutaya. Brian hasn't even played this season, hardly at all, and he'll come back here in a couple weeks. When you add him into the attacking third, it's a fun team to watch, that's for sure.
It really is. Coach, one final stat here. Second half, you took 18 shots. They weren't able to get a shot off at all. You got to be pleased with how the midfielders held it down, the back line, and even the attacking players who came back and helped out in defense. Just overall great performance.
Well, they didn't use a lot of subs. I know they played a tough game against Campbellsville on Tuesday, went down to 10 men in that game, had to play overtime and then drive all the way back down toward Nashville, then get all the way back up here. We really didn't do much after our game on Georgetown. In the second half, only 3 of our field players played, so we felt like we might have the edge in terms of rest and in terms of the end of the second half, and sure enough, that came to fruition.
Well, Coach, it was a good one tonight. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Charlie.